Shalom.
First and foremost, when you go praise to our Yahawah, Yahawashi, Kodash. The one is unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the full leg. I'm that brother Zach from Camp Jimmy's Jamaica, and I would just want to touch on the topic of, what are you doing again?
Rap the news.
Yeah, rap the news, say, there's no in the scriptures, basically, Yahawah state Yahawashi is his son. It's not refer to any son or anything like that. So we're just going to bring from the scriptures standpoint, so that's rubbish, as we are the defenders of the gospel. So we have to defend, which really don't want to fool, as my brother. That's when I refer to brother the speaker against a Christopher Taffine. A Christopher can defend that one with ease, but nevertheless, we defenders of the gospel, that's when this be refined until they go here. That might be chances caught up in this madness, you see me? Alright, so we can kick it off.
Alright, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 15. The Lord thy power will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto him ye shall hearken, according to all that thou desirest of the Lord thy power in Horeb, in the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my power, neither let me see his great fire any more, that I die not. And the Lord said unto me, They have well spoken that which they have spoken. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die.
Alright, so we're going to basically bring forth who was that prophet, which you're going to find out is actually Yahawashi. Alright, so we can just go straight in Hebrews chapter 1. Okay, so the one is, you can go down to verse 5, no? 6, let's go straight on to it.
Alright. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 1, verse 1. Yahawah, who at sundry times and in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son,
Alright.
whom he had appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high.
Yeah, it's scripture clear, yo. So I would have to just read it. Go on.
Being made so much better than the angels, as he had by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, Thou art my son, this day I have begotten thee.
Right, verse
5. So,
yes.
Basically.
Yeah, let's read it and then.
And again, I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he said, And let all the angels of Yahawah worship him.
Alright, I'm going to skip to verse 13 real quick. Now I'm going to get some pointers, because in verse 5 it says, for which of the angels you say at any time thou art my son? So we're going to prove that, right? From the Old Testament, which they cannot even know what word testament means. Is he's just referring to covenants, right? Word. No, I'm going to read it, that's cool.
Alright, verse 13. But to which of the angels said he at any time, Sit on my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool?
Yeah, he never said that to none angel. He said that to his son. We're going to prove that. Right, so first we're going to prove the first point in verse 5. You see me? So we're going to go to Psalms chapter 2. And we can start at verse 7, I believe. carry on.
This is book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 7. I will declare and decree. So I will declare the decree. The Lord had said unto me, Thou art my son.
Alright, which referring to Yahawashi.
This day have I begotten thee.
Alright, clear into the point. Can us reverse it as well?
Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possessions.
Read on the first 12 actually.
Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear, and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son.
Kiss the who?
Kiss the Son.
Alright.
Lest he be angry,
Alright.
and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him.
Alright, and that's solid, yo. You see me? The next one we're going to get 2 Samuel. You see me? I believe it's chapter 7. Let's confirm it real quick. Yeah, chapter 7, verse 12.
2 Samuel.
Yeah. Carry it on to verse 14.
Alright, this is book of 2 Samuel, chapter 7, verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels.
Which was talking about King Solomon, is in which ultimately go down to Yahawashi, which is Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ.
Good. And I will
If you
establish
can receive it.
and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever.
Right, so you say what? He might establish the throne of his kingdom forever. Right, King Solomon ruled for 40 years. Is the they say what? He might establish it forever. Who will get the kingdom forever? Yahawashi. And see if you can put weed between the lines. You're referring to King Solomon, which ultimately is Yahawashi. Which I'm going to prove who will get the kingdom forever as well.
God. I will be his father.
Alright, go on. You want to be what?
His father.
Alright.
And he shall be my son.
Clear on to the point.
If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men, and with the stripes of the children of men.
Alright, clear into the point. So back to where's we did? We get Psalms 110 and verse 1. Back to Hebrews chapter 1 verse 13. It said, But to which of the angels said he at any time, Sit on my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool? Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to minister for who shall be years of salvation, which referring to the sons of the Most High? Because that's why you have the term Yahawah, meaning prince of the power. A prince is the son of the king. Clear into the point, yo. And we have the ultimate son, which is Yahawashi, who need giant years with him. And those are prophecies will get written in the Old Testament. Aren't we reading from the Old Testament? You read from the Old Testament, the scholar.
2 Samuel, Old Testament.
Psalms.
Old Testament.
Alright.
Gone. This is Psalms 110 verse 1. The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool.
Clear into the point, isn't it? Right, so it look like we don't focus when we are they have to look at those wicked scribes and Pharisees. Isn't it? Because Yahawashi asked him the question, him say, alright, so if David is call him son, Lord. What do it? Is it when they say, you put on himself in the day. Let's see if we can get them. So let's see if we can search it. Right, because that's a clear thing. Is I see him thing weird up to this day. Is because when I look up parents and say apostles, Paul and so forth, Paul is an apostle, right? They basically are content the same thing. Alright, we'll just get that. So we can get it quick. I think it's Acts 28. Say Acts 28 verse. Can let's go to the point verse 23. centuries.
Alright, this is the book of Acts, chapter 28, verse 23. And when they had appointed him a day, there came many to him into his lodging, to whom he expounded and testified the kingdom of Yahawah, persuading them concerning Yahawashi, both out of the law of Moses and out of the prophets, from morning till evening.
Exactly. Then that we do is we bring from Daniel, sorry, not Daniel, we bring from Psalms so far, we bring from Deuteronomy, is me, and the prophets, is me, right? Samuel is a prophet, and we can get the one in Daniel as well. Is it? Daniel, what again? Daniel 7 and 13. Yeah, 7:13.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom.
There was given him what?
Dominion,
glory,
and glory.
Kingdom. What? It has to be something else.
That all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
Yes, and my rule forever.
Can
I get to the next one as well. When I get from Daniel, as a which way to start this?
14. And it's 14.
It's 14, verse 14. Alright, so we can get Daniel chapter 2, and can start at verse 44 to verse 45.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it brake in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay.
And that stone represents Yahawashi, which basically is the head of the kingdom of Israel, the nation of Israel.
The silver and the gold, the great power had made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof is sure.
We can also get in the second Ezra chapter, I think it's 7.
Just 7.
Can turn to verse 28. To 30.
This is book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 28. For my son Yahawashi shall be read over. For my son Yahawashi,
we're on to the point,
shall be revealed with those that be with him, and they that remain shall rejoice within 400 years. After these years shall my son Hamashiach die, and all men that have life, and the world shall be turned into and the world shall be turned into the old silent 7 days. 29, sorry.
Yeah, you can stop this. But as I said, the points are clear, you see me? Right, in son, Yahawashi, right, all of those, you see me? Freedom, the one, we actually said she wanted to know when Yahawashi cooked them. Because I believe vision of the gospel.
Second son, the one, why not let me by kiss the son?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yes, chop it up. Because you want people think I literally kiss. Yeah. Alright, back in the book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 7. I will declare the decree the Lord had said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and thine uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Down to verse 12. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, right? And ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. So kiss the Son is going to refer to acknowledge Yahawashi, right? Worship Yahawashi. Because through Yahawashi you get repentance from Yahawah, forgiveness from Yahawah. It's like
yes, right. We can pull Matthew 17. Can start at 1 to 5.
17, 1 to 5. Alright, this is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 17, verse 1. And after 6 days, Yahawashi taketh Peter, James, and John, his brother, and bringeth them up into an high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias, talking with him. Then answered Peter and said unto Yahawashi, Lord, it is good for us to be here. If thou wilt, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elias. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud which said, This is my beloved Son,
Alright.
in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him.
Can't. You see me? So the voice of the Most High, you see me?
Can't.
I say, what? This is my beloved Son. Hear ye him. Because the way prophecy said, you might bring you might rise up a prophet. You see me, and who no hear basically get destroyed. Right, that's why I said God of a sundry time has spoken unto us in these last days like son Yahawashi. We can get Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 4 as well. 30 verse 4.
Right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 4. Who had ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who had gathered the winds in his fist? Who had bound the waters in a garment? Who had established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name?
Alright, what is his name and what is his son's name? Alright, that even cut the Trinity as well, you see me? So the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, right? They are different entities. Right? But they say, what is his name and what is his son's name? Right, so the Most have a son, which is Yahawashi, and he is due of worship as well. But we don't know, so the head of Yahawashi is Yahawah. That's why we say Yahawah worship Yahawashi. Right, Yahawah in the name Yahawashi, because he's the gate. No man can enter to the Father but through the Son. Right. Did you have nothing else?
I'm going to read Matthew 3 and 17.
Same one, still can't find another talk about.
Which one?
Yahawashi cut them and he say the patriarch David speak of King Solomon. I don't remember the word in that issue.
Yeah.
Remember the word in
I know, was punching the patriarch and this and searching. Alright, this is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 3, verse 17. I'm going to start at 17. I'm going to start at 14. Alright, Matthew 3, verse 14. But John forbade him, saying, I have need to baptize of thee, and comest thou to me? And Yahawashi answering said unto him, Suffer it to be so now, for thus it becometh us to fulfill all righteousness. Then he suffered him. And Yahawashi, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water, and lo, the heavens were opened unto him, and he saw the Spirit of Yahawah descending like a dove, and lighting upon him. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. See me?
That's right. We can go on and on here because all the scriptures here is actually referred to him. You see me?
So I'd say, coming at the volume of the book.
Mm-hmm.
See me? And the book clearly states who was Yahawashi, right? That he is the son of Yahawah. You see me? Pull another one.
No, I'm fine. Matthew 22, verse 42. Yeah.
22, 42.
You can go on to 46.
Alright, this is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 22, verse 42, saying, What think ye of Hamashiach? Whose son is he?
Yahawashi is asking the question because verse 41, so while the Pharisees were gathered together, Yahawashi asked them, right, saying, one,
They say unto him,
so what think ye of the anointed? You see me? Right, the will say that was prophesied to come by the Savior. Because in I think it's Isaiah 4 verse 7 verse 14, it's behold, a virgin shall conceive a child, and his name shall be called Emmanuel, meaning God is with us. I am Wahala. Right? Right.
Whose son is he? They say unto him, the son of David.
Mm-hmm.
He said unto them, How then doth David in spirit call him Lord, saying, The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou on my right hand, till I make thine enemies thy footstool.
And that was done in what? That was done in Psalms 110 verse 1. So David referred to his son, King Solomon, and he said, My Lord. Right, he said, you actually know it was Yahawashi, you see me, which come back as Yahawashi.
If David then call him Lord, how is he his son?
Hey, good question. You see me? The rap news answer the one now. What's my son then?
Yo,
I just have to rap news on
it's rap news though. And no man was able to answer him a word, neither just any man from that day forth asked him any more questions.
Yeah, I wish I shut them up. It's alright, you want to tell them, man. I don't want to for goodness sake. We can go to Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. It's not to say we can do this all day. This is all day. That the apostle them here do. Is me proving from the scripture, from the from Moses to the prophets them, to the Psalms, proving that Yahawashi is the Mashiach, which is the son of the Most High. Is me? So all of the scriptures is back with. Right, brothers, say from day to evening. Is me? However, you just read the scriptures.
It's a 9 and 1.
9 and 6 actually.
Alright, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given.
A son is given.
And the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power.
So they may have titles.
The Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Shalom is the King Solomon.
Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end.
Right, so what? Read about that again.
Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end.
So I will get the kingdom will rule for ever and ever. Right? So this see that in our Old Testament the prophet said of his son Yahawashi.
Upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this.
That's right. And next one we have actually Genesis 49 and Verse 10. Verse 10.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 49 verse 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come.
Alright.
And unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Alright, and I tell you what the gathering now go on in, I believe it's Isaiah 10. Yeah, 11. I'm going to start at 10. But the definition of Shiloh, it actually comes from the Hebrew Shah, Yala, and it means, he said, he whose it is, because the Most High give everything to the hands of Yahawashi, right? That which belongs to him, tranquility, and it's a meaning and certainty. But when I go into the Strong's definition, it's a Shiloh from Strong's H7951, tranquil, Shiloh, and epithet is even after Messiah. And when we look up the word epithet, is the mean, I'm just going to pronounce it.
Epithet.
Right? It's an adjective or phrase expressing a quality or attribute regarded as characteristics of a person or a thing mentioned. Right? And he also says synonyms. Sobriquet, you can pronounce that right, and he also said nickname, by name, title, name, label, tag. You see me? Right? So this is what a title or nickname of the Messiah. Who is the Messiah? The son of the Most High, Yahawashi. Clear and to the point, yo. So you there found the gathering of the people. Right? What would be Yahawashi? Go on.
This is Isaiah 11 verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse.
Right, which is Yahawashi. Jesse is the father of King David. One.
Which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall be to it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious.
And the Gentiles referring to the Israelite foreigners. That's it really.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time.
The second time, the first time when he take them out of physical land of Egypt. You see me, and Moses part the Gulf of Suez really. You see me, and they walk through on dry land, and the Moses destroy fear in the army. I say, maybe the second time now because we are yet to stay in our captivity, as the scripture said. Right, we are referring to the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Hispanics, and Latinos. We are the true biblical Israelites. Right?
To recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Patros.
Yeah, and when they in these lands, they might get referred to as Gentiles. You see me? So them were from Assyrians, they might call themselves, but ultimately they are Israelites. They are Egyptians from Patros. You see me, Cush, they might think they are African, but they are not. Because first meeting they're Jamaican. Or African American, or not really African, or African, you see me, or a Negro, or a black man. I thought that at first until the truth was basically brought onto me. I get to understand that it's say the spirit of the Most High entered into them and they stand upon their feet. Right?
Yeah. And from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
No, we're in Jamaica. Caribbean.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel, and gather together dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. And then,
yeah, you understand that's what it is, man. Well, actually, said the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. And he tell you how the partition was actually removed through the blood of Yahawashi. You see, Paul was expounding on that. Right, so Yahawashi basically unite back everybody. Because him shedding blood, which Yahawashi is the son of the Most High. You see, him shedding blood, basically that reconcile is in us, which actually, when you look at the word reconcile, really mean again and reconcile mean friendly, make friendly. So you show us, you have to at first be friend with the Most High, to basically be reconciled. So that shows you, it's actually for the Israelites, right? Only them alone can get saved, right? But Yahawashi basically join us back Right, and without him, we can't get John back. Is it because that was the prophecy said? Is it when you read Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14, as Mary put it earlier? Yeah, we can read it.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 7, verse 14. Therefore, the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive.
I just put it out there that virgin referring to Mary, which actually the word virgin comes from the Hebrew Ilama, which means a woman of marital age, showing a literal virgin because Joseph and Mary actually had sex and so Yahawashi born. He says, nobody else now, but then now but adding a entry on into the heritage with no other kings. Right? Otherwise, they call him very well meet Abraham, which is Yahawashi, I see him with Melchizedek. He must literally just come
and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel.
Stop with this stuff. Right, so, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I believe the point was really made. Is if a nigga can't get it, it's just not for you. Right, so, can you hear the one else?
Most New Testament scriptures.
Alright, so with that we're going to end the lesson there, which was really edifying until that were there. Giving all praises to our power, Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Kodash, the brothers and to our elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the full.
Shalom.